Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while and I'd like to sit down and chit chat and answer some questions. I ask for questions on my Instagram. I also ask for questions on the community tab on my YouTube channel. And so we're just gonna go through those questions and get to as many as we can. And I'm just gonna chat very candidly with you guys, just like we're sitting down and chatting as friends and answering some of your questions. So grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea, and let's just get cozy. All right, let's just start chatting. So I'm gonna go through, now I wanna remind you guys on the questions tab on Instagram, it only allows so much in that box, and whatever you type before that disappears. So I think some of these questions came through as maybe like a paragraph, but I only got the last couple of sentences. So that's kind of a bummer. But I just wanted to remind you guys, if you're submitting in the question box on Instagram, make sure it fits in the box, send multiple boxes so that I can see the whole question. So Candace Marie 101 asked, how do you stay in shape and your go-to meals? All right, so I've struggled some with my body shape since having my sixth child 2 years ago, but you know, staying in shape. Okay, so my husband says the reason that I'm able to, you know, maintain somewhat of like my, you know, high school size is because I'm always moving. So I would say that one of the biggest tips is to just get up and get moving all the time. Try to be doing something, walking as much as possible. You know, if you're able to get out and walk in your neighborhood, then try to do that. I don't do that as much as I should. And then, you know, just pay attention. It truly isn't rocket science. If you aren't happy with your body size, then decrease your calories, increase your activity, and try to cut some bad habits. I have a horrible sweet tooth. I absolutely love to eat desserts and sugar. And one thing that I did recently is cut soda 100% out of my life. So I'm sure I was consuming a lot of extra calories with the sugary soda. So I was able to cut soda.
Mommy, Maddie beat me and why a baby.
Okay, I'm still filming, so. So I was.
Hi.
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 Okay, let me finish filming. So I was able to cut soda, and that has really helped. Another thing that has really helped is not getting too hungry. So what I really love to do is in the mornings have a big bowl of oatmeal with dried fruit and nuts and, you know, some cinnamon, a little bit of brown sugar. I cook the steel cut oats, and I really feel like it's so important to be full, and that way you're not grabbing for things just to fill the void. You know, when we're skipping breakfast, we're skipping meals, we're grabbing for, we get really, really hungry. You realize all of a sudden, oh my goodness, I'm shaking, I'm so hungry, and you're grabbing for some processed little Debbie cakes or things like that. So I've been trying to avoid doing that by just eating meals, eating my breakfast, eating my lunch. I absolutely love to eat toast, avocado toast with like a fried egg, even some bacon and a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese. Those types of things, healthy fats, things that fill you up, things that aren't empty calories, really help me out. As far as go-to meals, I tend to eat much different than my family likes to eat. I love vegetables. I'm not a huge meat eater. My family, you know, they're kind of picky, and they want all the pasta and, you know, cheese. So we're trying to, you know, strike a good balance. But on busy nights, I'm usually doing like a spaghetti. I'm doing a hamburger helper. I'm doing something like a sloppy joe with some side veggies. I'm trying to keep food simple, make food that I know my family's gonna eat, and then just portion control and try to stay moving and drinking lots of healthy water. My kids are back inside from outside, so there's gonna be some background noise. All right. What are you currently studying in the Bible? I am currently going through Romans again, and I love to just read a chapter, copy a chapter, and just see what I can soak in through reading that. And I also love to go through Psalms and Proverbs every day and just get some of that a little bit lighter, a little bit, you know, I don't know. I just like to do that every day. Is read a little bit of Psalms and Proverbs as well. All right, also she asked, what am I currently reading? Okay, I'm currently reading a few different things. I'm reading Fury Song, which is the last book in a trilogy about dragons, and it's so fun. I love it so much. It's really been fun. So I'm reading that one. I'm also reading a book called I Must Betray You, and actually I have it right here. It's by Ruta Sepetys. I don't know how to spell her last name, but it's say her last name. It's Sepetys. Ruta Sepetys. This is like my new favorite thing, I think. I love the way she writes. Her prose is beautiful. The story is just phenomenal. It's a historical young adult fiction, and I'm obsessed. This is a buddy read with my son Gavin, and he had to read it for school, and so I decided to jump right in, and so far I love it so much. I'm also reading, I think there's one more. What else am I reading? Oh, I'm also reading a little middle grade spooky book. It's called Scritch Scratch. I set it down for a little while, but I'm gonna finish it. It's super easy read. It's just a cozy little autumn read that I thought would be kind of fun. So that's what I'm currently reading. I just finished, what was it? Loving Him Well. I just finished rereading Loving Him Well. Love that. And I just remembered I'm reading another one called Unstuffed, but I'm doing this one on audio by Ruth Suckup, and I love that, and that's really helping to motivate me on my minimalish journey that I'm on. All right. Oh, that leads me right into the next question. So Mikus, I think that's how it is, Mikus 5678 says, how is your decluttering journey going? Okay, it's a journey, you guys. It's something that I've really learned a lot about myself in the process of. Okay, truth hurts, right? It hurts, and it hurts when you see patterns in yourself and you realize, okay, this is a pattern, this is a behavior that really needs attention. So I've realized through the many years that I have been doing the purging and the trying to simplify, just to find that more stuff just floods in and then I need to do it again, is because I have a big habit of shopping, spending. It's what my husband and I do to enjoy time together. It's what we kind of go out and do as a family to enjoy time together. And it's also become a coping mechanism on the days that I'm feeling a little blue, a little down. I will go out and go shopping and spend money that I shouldn't be spending. So it's been a real eye-opener whenever you go back through and you're decluttering again and you're getting rid of the stuff that you just bought, and you're thinking to yourself, what a waste of money. What a waste of money. Why on earth am I doing this to myself? So it's been a process. I have really just honed in on the whys, on the behavior aspect of it, the mental aspect of it, and realized that a lot of what I'm doing is just an unhealthy coping mechanism on stressful days, or maybe just a habit, maybe not an unhealthy habit, but it's just a habit, and it's something that I think we could change about ourselves. So we've made great strides over the last couple months, and I am, consistently going through. I think this past month I've gotten rid of at least 3 to 4 van loads, and I mean full, of the trunk being full of bags of clothes, of old toys, of just things in general that we're not using. And I find that I will do a pass through the house, I'll look in all those little areas, I'll get rid of things, and then whenever I look around, I realize I'm still not there yet. There's still too much. So I go back through, and I have an image in my mind of what I want my home to look like. I have an image in my mind of what I want this room to look like, and then I'm working toward that image. And whenever I look around and I see that maybe there's still too much, then I'm going back through that space. And that's just a process. It's not something that happens overnight. Sometimes I watch other people that have a lot of clutter in their homes, and I'm thinking, just get rid of it, and get the space that you want. It's not that easy. It really isn't. You have to go through and really think about the things that you have and it's an emotional process. You know, you're thinking about the money you spent on it, who gave it to you, do you have use for it, are you going to have use for it in the near future? And then doing those battles, like, okay, but have I used it in the past year or 2 years? And that's something that I recently did with a lot of my homeschool curriculum. I have a huge bin that is in the closet, our homeschool closet, that I'm getting rid of. I've listed a lot of it on Facebook Marketplace, and if it doesn't sell, it's going to be donated to some homeschool families or to the Goodwill or some other place. So that's what I'm doing with it. But it's good. I realize that a cluttered environment is contributing so much to my unhappiness and a lot of my stress. And after reading through some studies and everything, realizing that cluttered environments, people who live in cluttered environments tend to have a higher cortisol level. Don't we need to lower those levels, all of us? So why not do what we can to do that? So that is my goal. I am really trying hard to, you know, to simplify my life. And there's one area in my life that I'm not wanting to simplify too much, and that is buying books. And that's one area that my husband has given me the go ahead to, you know, not go crazy, but like, build your library, build your collection. We both have an idea that when we buy our forever home, we would like to have a beautiful library room with the big tall shelving and the ladder and the whole 9 yards. And I hope one day to actually make that like a possibility. So we have a little bit of a book collection and I adore it. So that's one area that I'm really not super minimal in, but I have gotten rid of loads of books. Just last week we went around to a lot of the little free libraries and donated all the books that I just didn't really like when I read, and I had some by the same author that I just felt like, I don't think I'm gonna ever read these books. So I'm gonna go ahead and donate those to people who may love this author. So I did do that and it felt really good. All right, next question is by Stephanie Brutus. She's a really good friend. How have you changed as a mother, having 2 grown sons and 2 little sons? Is your parenting style different now versus then? Oh yes, so different. My parenting style. Okay, so I had my first 2 very young. I had Jacob when I was 19. I had Gavin when I was 21. And I was young and inexperienced, and I was very strict, very strict. I was very much just heavy-handed, and I tried to like control every little aspect of everything. You know, they did not have sugar, or like a lot of sugar, no soda, no this, no that, strict bedtime, strict routines, all this, like, you know, discipline. And I feel like I was really hard and overbearing at times. But I was also very hands off. Like, I sent them to school. They went to public school when they were younger, you know, like all these things. I was just very kind of hands off. I worked outside the home full time. I wasn't just, you know, I wasn't very involved. It was just a very bump, like routine, go to school, come home, do your homework, you know, get everything done, get chores done, and I felt like I was really rigid, and I wasn't as involved as I should have been, and I was overly disciplining them at times. All right, fast forward to number 6, and I know this is like a common trend, but I've definitely softened up. Maybe a little too much, but I have softened up on the whole, you know, just the rigidity, and I try to be more involved in the kids' life, like day to day, try to play with them more, try to show them more attention, listen to them, and now that we homeschool, I spend all of my time with them, and you know, I've realized something. You cannot control your kids. They, you know, every action and every behavior and every decision. And what I've realized is to really look at each child as an individual, to really look and see how they need to be taught, how they need to be disciplined. Each individual child is so different. I had absolutely no idea the kind of personalities that the Lord was going to bless me with. And I think back when my kids, my older ones, were little, I was very judgmental of other mothers dealing with kids with behavioral issues, with maybe an ADHD child or some other situation. And the Lord has a way of humbling us, and I feel like He has done that with me to say, listen, Christy, you're not in control. You are not the one that's going to decide how your children behave. You know, you can do the best that you can, but you're going to have situations to walk through that are going to be completely out of your control, out of your comfort zone, and you're going to have to rely on me. That I've got to work and I've got to plan, and you're going to have to pray to me to intercede in these situations and give you grace and give your child grace, and wait for that outcome for me to do my work. Woo! Talk about humbling, you guys. Talk about humbling. And I happen to be in the midst of some things like that, as far as like children and behaviors and situations and things that I have no control over. And I get really frustrated when parents insinuate that whenever you raise a child A, B, C, D, E, you're going to get a child that is the exact what you put in, you know what I'm saying? Because that's not always the case, because we all have free will. We all make our own choices. So it's been humbling. It's been, my children are my greatest blessings, and I'm so proud of them, so proud. But there have been some very difficult seasons to walk through that have grown both me and my children. So yeah, I would say I'm more relaxed in my parenting, but more involved. And yeah, I'm more in tuned to them as an individual and not expecting too much out of them. All right, my battery's getting ready to die, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a part 2. So this will be part 1, and I'll film part 2 today and get that uploaded very soon, but I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for today. I've been filming for a while, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's more to come. Stay tuned, and I will see you again soon. Bye.